What's up, everybody? And today we're checking out how US aircraft carriers deal with intruding elements on their massive anchors. The amount of times I've been recommended this video is quite astonishing, to be honest with you. This is by The Daily Aviation. I will leave a link down below to the original video. Please go over to the original channel, give it some love, subscribe, all that good stuff. Really important that you do that. Last video on Friday, you may have seen that I was doing a private vote on the different can design for Morale. These are the two designs. I'm so excited for it. If you're not aware, this is a completely new business that I'm starting, a mushroom-based health drink that I'm very excited about. You can now vote in the public. This is not a private vote anymore. As of this video, as of today, I'm opening the vote up to the public. There is a link down below. It literally takes 10 seconds, not even 10 seconds, to click the link and go and vote on either design that you like. It'll be down below. Please go and do it. It would help me out a bunch. It really would. I would really appreciate it. Also, down there, you'll see a link to the best drinking vessel in the world, Chug. These things are absolutely fantastic. If you want something really cool for Christmas, treat yourself to a Chug, 10% off, link down below. Other than that, let's shut up. Let's pull this up and let's see what this is all about with this anchor on this aircraft carrier. The Daily Aviation. Oh, hell yeah. Music's banging. The music is banging. Okay. With more than 10 units in operation in the US, by far the world's largest aircraft carrier operator. Boom. Gotta sweep that deck. Let me turn this down a bit. We don't need this music. Oh, that's my microphone. It's this one that we need to turn. No, it's not this one. It's this one we need to turn on. Aircraft carriers are basically warships with an onboard runway for aircraft. Yeah, we already know that. We already know that, don't we? In fact, what I'm going to do is I'm going to move my head up a little bit so you can read it yourself if you want to. Regular crew have to remove lubricants and oil from the coarse asphalt-like carrier deck. Yeah, so the planes don't go slippy. That's why. That's why. Whoa, look at that. Can't see because my head's in the way. This also helps to remove any debris that could be fatal for aircraft engines. Yeah, it makes sense. Look at thick, look at girth on that rope. Unbelievable. Aircraft carriers can hold 5,000 sailors and airwing personnel working 10 to 15 hours a day. You're nasty. 10 to 15 hours a day? Ugh. Operational areas are so cramped and dangerous, sailors must pay attention at all times. I mean, yeah, I've worked on a ship. You do work long hours. Sailors use a sledgehammer to drive out the pins holding the anchor chain in place. That's a big chain right there, isn't it? That is a big chain. Holy. Chains are rinsed to remove excess salt and unwanted elements when anchors are being raised. Yeah, it makes sense. Maintenance. Here goes the anchor. The ship's giant anchor can weigh over 30,000 pounds with a 1,440 foot long chain. Oh my god. That's massive, isn't it? Chains are painted with thick layer of marine paint to prevent rust. Yeah. I'd hate to be the person that has to paint all them chains. You know what I mean? That must really suck. Whoa. That's some heavy. I bet one link of that is so heavy as well, isn't it? One US Navy carrier alone can carry more aircraft than most of the air forces in the world. Just think about that for a second. It's absolutely nuts, isn't it? I've been recommended this video so many times. A pilot prepares for takeoff from the aircraft carrier for a mission. Nice. Is he wearing a mask? In order to take off the plane faster, up to 4 catapults can be used in turn. I wonder what the initial G-force is for the aircraft as soon as it's taken off with that catapult. These catapults can accelerate at 45,000 pounds from 0 to 165 miles per hour in only 2 seconds. Oh my days. What's the G-force on that? Surely that's a lot of G-force. The US Navy currently operates 11 nuclear-powered aircraft carriers. Oh my god. Oh my god. And each one of them is like the size of a little town, isn't it? A little city. It's remarkable, isn't it? The engineering that's gone into that is just crazy. Each carrier can accommodate and launch up to 80 F-18 fighter jets. 80 of them? 80? Really? I didn't know it was 80. Oh my god. That's a lot. My boy is fueling them. I didn't know it was 80. Besides the US, France is the only nation to have built a nuclear-powered carrier. What's HMS Ocean? Is HMS Ocean... HMS Ocean isn't nuclear-powered. How is that powered? I'd love to know. I'll have to do a little Google later. I wonder if any of the new aircraft carriers that the UK is going to have are going to be nuclear-powered. The MH-60 Seahawk is often used to transfer people and supplies to carriers. I thought this was all just going to be about the anchor. Guess not. Getting a full documentary here, aren't we? Unbelievable. Cargo nets are being connected from a resupply vessel to the MH-60. Go on, lad. You dance. Go on. Got the moves. Got the moves. These will be delivered to US aircraft carriers and their crew while at sea. Oh, so they're doing resupplies like that? That would make sense. The amount of supplies that they would need on one of them aircraft carriers just to keep people sustained for the amount of duration that they're out at sea. In 2018, tests including touch and go were conducted with a V-22 aboard an aircraft carrier. Them things are proper sci-fi-esque, aren't they? But they're relatively old now, these things, I've heard. The V-22 VTOL ability and its carrying capacity will help the Navy to replace the G-2A Greyhound. Okay. Because the amount of food, imagine the amount of food that's needed on one of these ships for all these people. And the amount of, just like all the supplies. The gas that's needed for all the aircraft, right? All the supplies for aircraft, spare parts, you know, all the maintenance gear, bedding and everything for the individuals. Imagine how many people are on there. Imagine what the laundry's like on that place. Just the amount of logistics needed on this ship to sustain that many people, right? And that much amount of equipment is crazy. The most recent aircraft carrier, the USS General R. Ford, weighs 90,000 tons. My God. Look at the size of that anchor. Jesus. Absolutely mind-blowing, isn't it? Oh, what's that? On aircraft carriers, aircraft feature folding wings to fit the ship's tight parking areas. We actually saw that with one of the new drones, didn't we? Where it folds the wings up and down. What was it? It was the X-57 or something like that, I think it was. It was a new drone. That's super cool. I don't know what that aircraft is, though. That's an interesting one. Because of the noise, crews use a system of clothing, colours, and hand signals to communicate. Yeah, we already know that, all the dancing stuff. I take the piss every now and again about the dancing stuff, but it's actually really, really important. Like, incredibly important. To clear the flight deck, F-18 fighter jets are lowered for storage or repair below the main deck. I wonder how much... This is the thing, like, if they're holding 80 aircraft, and the amount of people that are on this thing, the amount of logistics needed to sustain the people and the aircraft... God, I can't imagine how cramped it could be in there. This yellow aircraft handler directs aircraft around the tight and chaotic deck. I think the aircraft carriers are just some of the most fascinating things in the military. I really do. I think they're absolutely mind-blowing. Like the medical bay, everything. The catapult officer who holds the green wand clears an aircraft for takeoff. Like, don't think about like the actual military side of it, but just the sustaining of humans, like med bays, the sanitary stuff, like the toilets and all that lot, the laundry, the galley, the amount of food storage that you're gonna need for all these people, like that alone is so much stuff. For how many people are on these ships? Like 4,000 people. Holy! Off they go, crazy speeds, absolutely mental. Yeah, I want to know what the G-force is on that. Operations on an aircraft carrier occur 24/7, day and night, in almost any weather. Yeah, of course they do. On ship, that's just the way it is. And I know I was saying, oh my God, 10 to 12 hours shifts earlier. You're on a ship. It's what you're doing. That's literally your job. Like, I've been there and I've done it. To land, the pilot must snag a tail hook on one of 4 arresting wing wires. Sorry. Yeah, I mean, with the ship moving in the waves and all that lot. Oh. The arrestor wire can stop a 54,000-pound aircraft traveling at 150 miles per hour in 2 seconds. What is it made out of? What type of material is that made? Like, I have so many questions about aircraft carriers. Oh, here's some Harriers. The McDonnell Douglas AV-8B Harrier II is a ground attack aircraft. Yep. Here's the Harriers. Why are they showing us these now then? Because we're not on a ship here. As I like to call them, the RG's nightmare. The aircraft can operate from ships and austere bases in support of ground troops. Yeah, what's that? Oh, it's just sort of lighting system. Capable of vertical takeoff and landing, the Harrier II is highly maneuverable. We're talking about Harriers now. This documentary is all over the place, but you know what? I like it. I'm enjoying it. What an interesting aircraft that is. It's very unique considering how old it is. The Harrier II model features an elevated cockpit and a redesigned canopy for visibility. Like, it's a relatively old aircraft now, and yet it's still an absolute beast, isn't it? Refueling. The maximum range of 2,100 miles. Ferrying is extendable by aerial refueling. I didn't know that Harriers can do aerial refueling. That's interesting. I did not know that. Didn't know that at all. Marines conduct routine maintenance on an AV-8B Harrier aircraft. I thought we were talking about aircraft carriers here. We've changed subjects here, guys. We've changed subjects. Let's stay on one topic. The Harrier II aircraft comes at a high cost of $13,700 per flight hour. Oh my days. That's mental, isn't it? Crews work to repaint the nose landing gear structure. Yeah, these will all be like standard maintenance stuff that have to be done every now and again. Getting some rivets put in. The Harrier II's projected service life ends in 2022 and will be replaced by the F-35B, which is also an absolute F-35 beast. But yeah, it makes sense. The F-35 is a better aircraft. And the Harrier II is now getting a little bit old, isn't it? Are they fully out of service now? Someone will have to let me know in the comments. That's it for today. Great video by the Daily Aviation. I feel like we were changing subjects a little bit there at the end, but whatever. I enjoyed it. There was some good information. Anything when it comes to do with aircraft carriers, I'm always like fascinated. I really am. Excuse me. I just think that the whole situation with aircraft carriers are absolutely fascinating. The whole logistics, everything around them is bizarre. And I want to watch more videos on how they're actually run on a day-to-day basis. So if you've got recommendations for that, let me know in the comments. Don't forget also, go and vote down below. Which do you prefer? I know I have my preference, but the vote is now open to the public. Link down below. The same with Chug, 10% off. Get yourself a nice fancy Christmas present. Other than that, I love you all. Have a wonderful day. Goodbye.